Got breaking news coming in right now that top aide of Naveen Patnaik, VK Pandian, the man who's blamed by many in Odisha for the downfall of the BJD, he's decided to quit politics. He's put out a statement. I'll take you through that statement. The BJP made the Tamil origins of VK Pandian one of its biggest issues in Odisha politics, and that's really been looked at very carefully around whether this was the issue which really brought about the downfall of the BJD in Odisha. VK Pandian, a former IAS officer who gave up his job to join active politics, he's put out his first statement. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Earning in my lifetime has been the love and affection and the goodwill of people of Odisha. My intent of joining politics was only to assist Naveen Babu, and now consciously I decide to withdraw myself from active politics. I am sorry if I have hurt anyone in this journey. I am sorry if this campaign narrative against me has had a part to play with Biju Janata Dal's loss. I apologize to the entire Biju Parivar, including all the Karmis, for this. And my heartfelt gratitude to the lakhs and lakhs of Biju Parivar members whom I am associated with. I will always keep Odisha in the core of my heart and my Guru Naveen Babu in my breath, and pray to Lord Jagannath for their well-being and prosperity. Jai Jagannath.
Take you live right now. Just say. Us now on India Today, live and exclusive, is VK Pandian. VK Pandian is the blue-eyed boy of Naveen Patnaik, the man who played a very important role in Odisha politics in this election, spearheaded the BJD's campaign. He's just put out that statement that you saw live on India Today, where he's decided to withdraw from active politics. This, he tells me, is an emotional moment for him. I now have him on the phone live on India Today at this time. Mr. Pandian, welcome. Explain to everyone who's watching, to those who tracked your political career, your decision to pull back from active politics.
Thank you, Rahul. I always said that I joined politics to help Naveen Babu. That was my only intention. And I continued in politics to help Naveen Babu in these grueling elections. As if he was my family member or my mentor, I should be doing that. That's why I joined. He is 77 years old. He was working hard. So I wanted to be part of his campaign, to assist him in the campaign. That was my only interest. But unfortunately, sometime during the campaign, people have made very bad narratives for political interest, which perhaps I was not able to counter it as effectively as I should have. So I wanted to clear my intentions that I joined not for power or not for post. I joined to help my guru, my mentor. So that's the reason why I joined politics.
So what do you intend to do? Because you were an IAS officer, you resigned from the Indian Administrative Services to join active politics. You're still fairly young. What do you intend to do, Mr. Pandian?
I am also not sure. I leave it to God right now. I'll take one day at a time. In fact, even in my interviews, I have said that I am not here for post, or I have not here come for power. I come from a small village deep in Tamil Nadu. Studied really hard in government schools to get into IAS. It's a dream come true for me. If I'm leaving that kind of a job with 10 years in service, that only shows how I'm attached to my boss, my guru, my inspiration. So it's okay. I live with my pension and look forward for doing something else, whatever will come in my way. I'll take some time and decide.
You mentioned that you come from a small village in Tamil Nadu. In fact, the BJP chose to make that one of its biggest campaign issues. You know, they said Lungi versus Dhoti. They said he's from Tamil Nadu. Even though you, when I interviewed you across different parts of Odisha, you said, I'm not the chosen successor. There is no such thing. But the BJP presented you as this Tamil-born successor to Naveen Patnaik and really tried to muddy the political waters in Odisha.
Actually, the social media and the way the campaign was very powerfully done, attacking my origins, attacking my place of birth, was something which I didn't foresee, or I didn't see that this kind of villainous attack will happen just because somebody is born from outside. So, and when the election results are not good, I should take that moral responsibility that perhaps this 3% of vote share which is dropped from 44 which we got in 2019 and BJD got a landslide majority to 41, just the 3% vote drop. Perhaps this narrative, this political narrative also had an impact, and I gracefully accept my limitations because of my place of birth. I did hard work, I put my heart out, did everything possible, but finally that place of birth was an issue which I have no control over it.
Oh, sure. You know, I saw you were doing deep quantitative analysis in the post-mortem you've done with your team. What has emerged? Is there anything you would have done differently in this campaign? Do you think yours joining active politics itself was a mistake? Do you now regret that? What could you have done differently, Mr. Pandian?
It will take some more time to say because the margin of loss is only 3%. You know, when you go on a sixth term, the calculations say that nobody has got more than 5 terms throughout the world in a democratic setup. Fifth term is 0.001 probability you have. You are fighting against, unbelievable, so far nobody has achieved kind of probability.
Correct.
So in that, we have lost only the elections by 3% votes. In fact, in Assembly, our vote share is higher than the Bharatiya Janata Party. We are at least 0.8% more than Bharatiya Janata Party. Our introspection, others, the BJD will definitely do. But I'm happy whatever I could do. Within the limitations of my place of birth, I tried my best to help the party and tried my best to have a strategy to cut out this anti-incumbency of 6 terms, 5 terms, more than 25 years of governance.
And finally, your advice to other IAS officers who watched your switch very carefully, what would you tell them? Make your own mind or Nauba Tauba never?
No. They should follow their heart always. Who will get this kind of a great experience? You put out your heart, do sincerely whatever you believe in. Finally, the result is God's result. We should try and do whatever our heart tells. Put your heart out.
You're absolutely right. A 6th term for a sitting Chief Minister would have been quite unprecedented. It would have been a record, in fact, had Naveen Babu stayed on for 78 more days. It wasn't to be, and as you said, the place of your origin is really beyond your control. VK Pandian, for joining us and for sharing your thoughts. I realize this is an emotional moment for you, for joining us and talking about why you've made this decision. Thank you very much.
Rahul, I'll take just 1 second.
Yes, go on.
I would like to thank everyone throughout the country. There have been so much of appreciation for me in my Instagram and everything. I use your platform humbly to thank everyone. Don't lose sight of your dreams. Always fight for it. And then when it works out, it works out. Otherwise, you gracefully exit and look for something else.
What future do you see for the BJD? Given Naveen Babu's health, what future do you see for the BJD? You, who was most actively involved, are no longer going to be there.
Naveen Babu's health for a 77-year-old is very good. There is absolutely no problem. But his age is a limitation. And BJD has more than 1 crore members. When Biju Babu passed away, everyone thought that there was no hope. But a party was formed and it has served the people for almost a quarter of a century continuously. So I don't see any problem for Biju Janata Dal. Biju Janata Dal will flourish and Biju Janata will carry forward its vision for developed Odisha, achieving the dreams of Biju Babu and Naveen Babu.
When you look back at your time with the Chief Minister and in Odisha, what's your biggest high, your biggest success? What are you most fond of?
I think the way the super cyclones were handled, 2 super cyclones we faced when I was in the Chief Minister's office, and the COVID pandemic had hit. With all the limitations of health infrastructure in Odisha, we had one of the lowest fatality rates in the country. That gave so much of satisfaction. Finally, when somebody is able to do a little part in saving people's lives, it gives you immense joy, internal joy. I think I'll put that as right on top compared to any other achievements, whether it is temple restoration or agriculture production or poverty reduction, saving people's lives, whether it's a calamity or COVID, that will come right on top.
And finally, when you look back, your biggest regret, Mr. Pandian, what do you rue the most?
I don't think I have any regrets. I do only if I am fully convinced. So I don't have any regrets.
Well, he's super sharp as far as administration is concerned, took the political plunge. It wasn't to be. He's now decided to announce his retirement from active politics.
I have put withdrawal from active politics.
Withdrawal from active politics, he says. VK Pandian for joining us. Thank you very much. Jai Jagannath.
Thank you, Douglas. Thank you. Jai Jagannath.
Thank you very much for joining us. Well, interesting experiment this for VK Pandian to give up what he was doing in the IS to join Naveen Patnaik, the chief minister who he was assisting. It didn't work out well, and his origin, the fact that he was from Tamil Nadu, in fact, became one of the big issues in the campaign.